Hello students, so in this video we are going to talk about on MEG-05 block 1 unit 2 and the name is Aristotle and Literary Criticism. So without any further wait, let's get started. Aristotle and Literary Criticism. Aristotle, the renowned Greek philosopher, stands as one of the most influential figures in the history of literary criticism. His work Poetics is a cornerstone of Western literary thought and offers a profound analysis of literature, especially tragedy, in contrast to his teacher Plato, who viewed poetry with skepticism. Aristotle presented a systematic defense of poetry and its role in society. Let's explore his key ideas in a structured and accessible manner. Aristotle knew perspectives on poetry. Imagine a vibrant philosophical environment in ancient Greece where debates about art, truth, and morality thrives. Aristotle enters this scene as a scholar who sees value in poetry not as something misleading or dangerous as Plato suggested, but as a tool for understanding human life and emotions. In his seminal works, Poetics, Aristotle lays foundation for literary criticism by focusing on the nature of imitations, the structure of tragedy, and the emotional effects of art. Aristotle begins by agreeing with Plato that poetry is an imitation of life. However, he redefines imitation as a natural and valuable human activity, according to Aristotle. Now, we are discussing on imitation as a learning and understanding. Humans learn by imitation from a young age. It's how we understand the world. Poetry imitates not just reality but universal truths about human nature and experiences. For instance, a play about king's downfall might not be a real story, but it reflects universal themes like ambition, pride, and fate. This ability to convey universal truths makes poetry meaningful and educational. We are discussing on the element of tragedy. Aristotle Poetics focused heavily on tragedy, which he considers the highest form of poetry. He defines tragedy as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, in language embellished with artistic ornaments through pity and fear, affecting the proper pregonation of these emotions. Aristotle identifies 6 essential elements of tragedy. Number 1. Plot. The plot is the most important aspect of tragedy. A well-constructed plot has a clear beginning, middle, and the end. Logical and necessary connections between events. A complex structure including reversal and recognition which creates emotional depth. For example, in Oedipus Rex by Sophocles, the plot, twists, and revelation leads on Oedipus' tragic downfall, showcasing both peripetia and Odysseus. Number 2. Character. The tragic hero, a central figure with noble qualities but a tragic flaw such as excessive pride or a critical mistake. Consistent and believable behavior. The hero's downfall evokes pity and fear in the audience. Number 3. Thought. The themes and messages conveyed through the tragedy are critical. They reflect on moral, philosophical, and human issues. Number 4. Diction. The language and style should match the subject and evoke the intended emotions. Number 5. Song. Music and rhythm enhance the emotional impact of the tragedy. In Greek tragedies, the chorus plays a vital role in the element. Number 6. Spectacle. The visual aspects such as costumes, staging, and special effects contribute to the audience experience but are the least important elements of Aristotle. Now we are discussing on catharsis, the purging of emotions. A unique contribution of Aristotle Poetics in the concept of catharsis. Tragedy, Aristotle argues, allows the audience to experience and release emotions like pity and fear. The emotional release leaves the audience feeling cleansed or purified. Imagine watching a play where the hero's tragic fate moves you to tears. By the end of the play, you feel a sense of relief and understanding as if you have processed your own emotions. This emotional journey is what Aristotle sees as the ultimate purpose of tragedy. Now we are discussing on Aristotle's defense of poetry. Aristotle's ideas stands in stark contrast to Plato's criticism of poetry, where Plato saw poetry as destructive and dangerous. Aristotle highlighted its positive qualities. Number 1. Poetry is educational. By imitating universal truths, poetry helps us understand human nature and the complexities of life. Number 2. Poetry brings pleasure. Art and poetry engage our emotions and intellect, offering a deep sense of enjoyment. Number 3. Poetry is universal. While history deals with specific events, poetry explores universal possibilities, making it timeless and meaningful. Aristotle Poetics has had a profound influence on literary criticism and storytelling. His ideas about plot, character, and catharsis shaped the work of countless writers, from the ancient world to modern times. His emphasis on structure and emotional impacts remains central to how we analyze and create literature today. It is a part of legacy of Aristotle's ideas. Number 1. Imitation. Imitation is a natural and valuable way to understand the world and express universal truths. Now we are going to discuss key takeaways. Number 1. Imitation. Imitation is a natural and valuable way to understand the world and express universal truth. Number 2. Elements of tragedy. A good tragedy requires a strong plot, well-developed characters, meaningful themes, and emotional depth. Number 3. Catharsis. Tragedy provides emotional relief, helping audience process and understand their feeling. Number 4. Defense of poetry. Poetry educates, entertains, and reveals universal truths, making it essential to human culture. Now we are going to discussing on conclusion. Aristotle Poetics offers a balanced and insightful perspectives on literature, emphasizing both its artistic and emotional value. His ideas continue to inspire writers, critics, and readers, reminding us that great literature is not just an imitation of life, but a profound exploration of human experiences. Now we are in the end of this video. Thanks for being here. Comment on the topic on which you want the video and you want to study on that. Thank you so much for watching till here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Jai Hind.